Hi, I'm Katrina, your Pilates teacher at KN Pilates. Today we'll do a nice and easy postnatal session, so let's begin. Before we get going, just a quick reminder, as with all of the exercises we might be doing, you always want to listen to your body. So if anything doesn't feel quite right, do not do it. Don't push through any pain or discomfort. If you need to, stop and rest. And if we're doing a progression, always stay with the version that feels best for you today. Please also remember to always follow the advice of your healthcare professional. And if anything doesn't feel quite right, make sure to check with them. And with that, let's just come into a comfortable sitting position, whatever that is for you. And we'll just start with some gentle mobilizing, as always, just to get the joints moving and starting to focus on the breath. So let's just twirl the wrists up. So you breathe in, twirl the wrists up, and then breathe out, twirl the wrists down. And again, breathe in, twirl the wrists up. Breathe out, twirl the wrists down. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, twirl the wrists up. And breathe out, twirl the wrists down. Good. And then just flick the wrists up and down. And extend one arm. So palm forwards, fingertips down. And then staying on that same arm, palm still forwards but fingertips up. And then one more. Palm towards you, fingertips down. Nice and easy, gentle stretches here. Same on the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And then just relax the arms wherever they're comfy. And then look from side to side. And just see how the neck is feeling. Don't force anything. Nice and gentle, keep the body quite still and the shoulders relaxed. Good. Then look straight ahead to gently look down and up. And really notice what you feel here. You'll feel some muscles stretching and others engaging. And then again, look straight ahead and then poke the chin forwards and draw the chin back. Try to keep everything else quite still. One more of these. And then find your nice neutral neck, ears in line with your shoulders. Good. From here, we'll just come into a gentle side reach. So you breathe in, reach one arm up, breathe out and gently reach over to the side. Breathe in here, breathe out, come back. Breathe in, reach up, breathe out, reach over, breathe in here. Breathe out, return. Same thing again. So reach the arm up, then lean to the side, push the opposite hip down and release that supporting shoulder away. And come up. One more time, breathe in, and out, and in, and out. Very good. Shrug the shoulders up, drop them down heavy. Breathe in, and out. One more time. Good. And then place your fingertips onto your shoulders, relax the shoulders down, breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, gently twist, look over your shoulder. Breathe in to return, breathe out to rotate to the other side. As said, nice and easy, it's just a gentle warm up. And then draw the navel in as you rotate, looking back over your shoulder. One more time. Good. And bring the hands together and round the back. So you're tilting the pelvis if your tailbone is happy with that. Lean into your back. And then look at your belly button. And then breathe in, stretch up, look up at the ceiling, send the heart up. Extend the arms out as far as you can reach them. And then relax the arms down. And maybe pull the shoulders back a little bit. From here, we'll come into all fours. In all fours, you want to make sure your knees are happy, so maybe have a cushion under the knees if they need to. And for the hands, spread them out really big. So stretch the hands out at the same time here. Have your hands under your shoulders. Sometimes the hands end up in front of us. And try to have your shoulders over your fingertips instead. Ideally, we soften the elbows, taking the pressure out of those joints. Have the knees under the hips. And then we come into our cat stretch. So you breathe in to prepare, breathe out and round. Breathe in, look up at the ceiling. Send the heart forwards. And then breathe out and round. Breathe in, stretch up. And just enjoy moving the spine into flexion and extension. One more of these. And then find your neutral spine and pelvis. Nice long spine here. Push up in between the shoulder blades. Draw the navel up a little bit. We'll go into lateral arm raises. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, take one arm to the side. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, take the other arm to the side. So you want to keep your weight quite evenly on your right and left knees. So if you're shifting quite a lot in opposition, you want to try and stabilize that a little bit. Draw the navel up. And always make sure to push up in between the shoulder blades. So we're not dropping the body down towards the floor. Yeah. This is for shoulder stability, so the supporting arm and shoulder, that's what we're concerned with. Of course, your core muscles are doing a lot of work. And that other arm, the moving arm, is also doing good things here. Breathe out to lift. Into lower. And really notice that the hand comes back under your shoulder. It's very common that the hands want to come closer together. It's more stable. But you try to keep that shoulder width set up there. Good. We've been going for a while. Even out right and left. And then come into kneeling or high kneeling. Give the wrist a twirl. So if kneeling doesn't feel so good, you can come up into high kneeling instead, or any other position. I'm not going to stay here for long. Here. Good. Come back into all fours, same setup. If you are working with a mat, you just want to make sure you can fully extend the leg behind you without sliding off the edge. Yeah, that would just get into the way. So from here, again, big hand prints, soft elbows, push up in between the shoulder blades, neutral spine, draw the navel up a little bit, and then we extend one leg back. So you just slide the big toes back behind you, and then slide the knee back underneath your hip. Slide the other leg out, and slide it back. Bringing the knee back underneath the hip. Here again, the knees would want to come to the middle to stabilize. Try not to do that. And then we want to keep the weight quite evenly on the right and left hand, not leaning too much into that supporting side. So you can either continue with those, or you can lift the leg up just a little bit, definitely not higher than the hip. So we keep the spine still and neutral. Rather lengthen the leg away, really feel that extension there. And just breathe in on one movement, out on the other. Yeah. If you want a breathing pattern, you breathe in to prepare, breathe out to slide, breathe in to lift, breathe out to lower, breathe in to slide back, and then breathe out to slide again. Keep the neck supported. So once you know what exercise we're doing, try not to look at the screen. unless the screen is right here. Yeah. So you try to keep the neck in neutral as much as possible. Last two. And as always, we want to even out right and left. So if you remember which side started, do one more on the other side. If you're not too sure, don't worry too much about it. Good. And then come into child's pose. Just want to bring hips to heels. The feet are always together. The knees can be together or the knees can be wide. Whatever feels good for you. You can rest the head onto your arms, or you can extend the arms forwards, rest the head onto the floor, or you can bring the arms to your side. Good. Just a few nice deep breaths there. Just staying in child's pose in your relaxation position. You want to relax the shoulders down, relax the jaw, the face. Breathe deeply into your lower back. Let the hips just drop back here. One more breath in child's pose. And then walk the hands back, draw the navel in to come back into sitting. Maybe give the wrists another twirl. Take the hands back, send the heart forward, stretch chest and shoulders. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. From here, we will go into supine, lying on the back. You might want to have a small cushion under your head to keep the neck in neutral. Here you want to have your feet hip width and parallel, your knees hip width. You can have your hands on your rib hip connection if that feels comfortable, or you can just relax your arms out by your sides. We'll just start with our belly breathing. So you breathe in, let the belly button float up, and breathe out, let the belly button drop. Just a few of these. Breathe in and out. You can close your eyes for a moment and just notice how nice that feels just to lie on the floor, breathing deeply. One more breath. Staying with that belly breathing, we go into pelvic tilts. So you breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, gently imprint the lower back into the floor. Keep the bum on the floor, not lifting away. And then breathe in, arch the back, create some space between the back and the floor. Breathe out to imprint. And breathe in to arch, and as always, if in doubt, breathe. Yeah. So here just notice, if your feet are doing a lot of pushing into the floor, they're doing too much. The feet are quite relaxed, the knees stay quite still. This is really just to mobilize your lumbar spine, so to get some movement into your lower back, and really notice how that feels. And you just want to make this as big or small as feels comfortable. So you don't want to push into a range of movement that doesn't feel good. Very gentle movement here. One more of these. And then find your neutral spine and pelvis. So here we go into a ribcage breathing. So you draw the navel in a little bit, find that connection, and then breathe into your ribs instead. So you breathe into the ribs and breathe out. But you try to keep the navel drawn in, just a little connection, not too much. Yeah, breathing into the ribs. You might find it helpful to think about breathing into your back, into your upper back, into your shoulder blades. That might help. This is the breath we ideally use for any of the exercises. But if this is all quite new to you and just a little bit confusing, don't worry too much about it for now. They'll all come together eventually. Good, so staying with that ribcage breathing ideally. You have the arms by your sides, and then you breathe into the ribs to reach the arms up. Breathe out to reach the arms back. Keep the spine completely still. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, lower the arms down. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, lower down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, reach back. Keep those ribs in as you reach the arms behind you. Okay. One more like this. So you can continue with these. This really depends on how much space you have. If you have space to do arm circles, then take the arms all the way around for a nice big circle. If you don't really have the space for that, just stay with those ribcage closures we just done, just taking the arms back and forth. On the circles, we breathe in and out. Really notice how the shoulders feel. And then we can go the other way around. Breathe in and out. Notice how that feels quite different. Sometimes this is a little bit too difficult. So if this doesn't feel so good in the shoulder, stay with the other direction or the ribcage closures. Good. Last one of these. And then bring your hands to your rib-hip connection, your thumbs by your lower ribs, your little fingers by your hip bones, your fingertips towards your belly button. We'll go into knee drops 1. So you breathe into your ribs to prepare. Breathe out, draw the navel in and lower one knee to the side. Breathe into the ribs to come back. And then breathe out, lower the other knee. So we alternate right and left. As the leg lowers, the navel lowers at the same time. And the spine stays completely still. And the pelvis stays completely still, so you're not allowing the hips to roll with the leg. Very often these exercises are about everything that's staying still and supporting you, and then the moving part is just to challenge all of that. Breathe out to lower, and in to return. Try to really synchronize the breath and the movement, so you're not just dropping the knee and then you're there. Try to use the whole exhalation to lower, and the whole inhalation to return. And breathe out to lower, breathe in to return. It's really good to work with the ebb and flow of your breath. Becoming very aware of the breathing and the movement and how they're connected. Good. One more like this. From here I will show you another version that's a little bit more challenging, and if that's too much for you today, just stay with these or have a rest and a stretch. But if that feels okay, you can bring one knee up into tabletop. So it's about 90 degrees at the knee and at the hip. And then we do 5 here. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to lower, draw the navel in. Breathe in to return. The other knee stays still. 3. 4. Really make sure to draw the navel in. Feel that underneath your fingertips, that you're drawing the navel in on the effort. Good. Place the foot back down and lift the other knee up. Breathe into the ribs to prepare. Breathe out to lower, draw the navel in. Breathe in to return. Good. I believe this is the 3rd one. Draw the navel in. Last one here. Good. And then bring that knee in, and the other one as well for a gentle lower back stretch. You can just stay here or rock from side to side or do small circles to see what feels good. Good. When we do these stretches, you want to breathe into the belly, relax all those muscles that are working really hard. The thing is with the core muscles, very often they do a lot of good work, they are getting stronger, they're getting a good workout, but we just don't get the same feedback. We don't feel that that is the case at the time. We don't sort of feel the burn with these muscles, but rest assured they are doing good work doing these exercises, even though they seem quite gentle. Yeah. So from here we come into tabletop, and if this is too much, come back into that stretch just for now. We'll go into teeny tiny toe taps, which can be quite challenging. So see how that feels, but keep it very, very small. You breathe into the ribs to prepare. You breathe out, draw the navel in, and bring the knee forward. Yeah, keep this very, very small. Breathe out to lower, and breathe in to return. Make sure you're not arching the back. Yeah. Always make sure you feel the navel draw in on the effort, and that will strengthen your core muscles. That is what is going to make you stronger and get that support back. So as I said, if this is too much, hug the knees in for a stretch. It's also quite interesting to see how this feels today, and maybe as you continue with these sessions, you feel how you're getting stronger, and eventually these will get quite easy. Last two. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, return. One more. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, return. Good. From here, you lower one foot down and then the other. Extend arms and legs for a nice long stretch. Breathe into the belly, have a yawn and a wiggle and a stretch, whatever feels good here. And then place one foot back down, then the other. Remember to have your feet hip width and parallel. Good. Have your arms by your sides, we'll go into leg slides. And we'll put a few layers to this. So we'll start just with the legs. And you want to breathe in, slide the leg away. Breathe out, small lift, but you want to really push through that heel away from you. Lower down and slide back. Here again, if you are working with the mat, you just want to make sure not to slide off the mat, as that can get in the way. You really want to allow this heel to slide along the floor. Flex the foot fully, bring the toes towards you, push through that heel away from you. And as you lift, you're not going to lift higher than the other knee. Keep it quite small and contained. Breathe in and out and in and out. Yeah, your spine and pelvis stay completely still as you do this. There's quite a lot happening here already. One more on the other side. So you can continue with these, or you can add the opposite arm, which is quite good for the brain. So you breathe in and out and in and out. So you reach the arm back, lower the arm back down to the floor, reach the arm back and lower the arm back down. Extend one. Lift 2, lower 3, return 4. One more time. Very good. From here, take the cushion away from under the head and bring the feet a little bit closer towards the hips and have your hands on your rib-hip connection again. We'll go into spine curl, so curling the spine up into bridge. We always start with the pelvic tilt to lift up, and we finish with the pelvic tilt to lower down. Very important to add that detail into this. You want to breathe in to prepare, breathe out, gently imprint the lower back, and then push the feet down to lift the hips away from the floor. Send the knees forwards, keep them on track, hip width, don't let them splay out. Keep the ribs in, so you're just on your shoulder blades here, not up on your shoulders. Yeah, just on your shoulder blades. Breathe in here, and then breathe out. Roll back down. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck, and then you want to imprint the lower back first, and then relax the hips back down. Yeah, breathe in as you're still. Breathe out as you're moving. Push the feet down, send the knees forwards. Find your neutral, straight line from your knees to your shoulder blades. Breathe into your ribs here. Breathe out to roll back down. Just notice how that feels. Yeah, so your spine is mobilizing. Your glutes, your legs, your core, your obliques are all getting stronger, and your hip flexors are getting a good stretch. Yeah, all good things. And roll down. And this also sets us up for more difficult exercises we can do from that bridge position. But for today, we'll just go through these spine curls. We'll do one more of these. And then on the next one, we stay up. Yes, so to stay up and bridge once you're there. The feet stay connected to the ground, the knees stay pointing forwards. Make sure you're not arching the back as you're getting tired. Yeah, we're just going to stay here for a little bit. Keep the navel drawn in a little bit and breathe into the ribs. Or you might want to think that you're breathing into your shoulder blades. The nose points up to the ceiling. Close your eyes if you want to. And just focusing on the breath, nothing else. And you might already find that this can be quite tricky, just to stay up here for a little bit. You notice where you feel this, what is working, what is supporting you. And one more breath. On your next inhalation, if you want to, reach the arms back behind you if that feels good. And then on the exhale, roll the spine back down bit by bit, little by little. After these, you will want to do one of two things. You either want to hug the knees in, or you might want to extend the legs out. And just do the one that naturally comes to mind. Good. And then come back into your starting position. And take a cushion, if you have one there, just for added comfort. It's very much optional. We'll come into our glute stretch. So you cross one leg over the other, either stay here or draw the other leg in. And relax the shoulders down, drop the hips heavy. Here, as we're stretching, we want to breathe into the belly. Close your eyes if you want to. And really notice where you can feel the stretch. You want to relax the shoulders down, lengthen the neck, and then place the foot back down and swap over. Again, either stay here or draw the legs in. And then relax into the stretch. Notice how that feels. Where can you feel the stretch? And then breathe into the belly. One more breath. And then place the foot back down. So then we will just stay here for a little bit, for a bit of relaxation. So find a comfortable position. That might be having the feet a bit wider and the knees together, or it might be having the feet together and the knees out, or just extending the legs away. The arms can be wherever they're comfy, maybe behind you. You'll get that nice chest and shoulder stretch. So just choose something that feels really good for you here. And close your eyes, nothing else is going to happen. If at any point you don't feel so comfy there anymore, rearrange yourself at any point. And then we're just going to go through a little bit of a breathing practice here. So you want to breathe into your pelvis. And just notice how that feels. And then breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your lower back ribs. And breathe into your shoulder blades. And breathe into your collarbones. Really find that space there at the front of your shoulders. And then breathe into your side ribs. And breathe into your belly. And just continue to breathe deeply. And then maybe just notice what's in contact with the floor. There's no right or wrong. Just notice what is. One more breath. Good. And then take a nice deep breath in and maybe extend arms and legs for another nice long stretch and the yawn and the wiggle or anything else that feels good from here. Good. And we're done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. You might also be interested in an online course I have created specifically for postnatal women, which gives you good information about do's and don'ts and good to knows, and you'll have workouts that put you through a gentle progression. So I'll leave the link to that in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.